Today I want to speak about one of my favorite epic, or let's say epic power metal bands from Italy, and I'm speaking about Domine. Domine, until today, they made 5 studio albums, and after their last album of 2007, they did made a new studio album. The band exists until now, but they didn't make nothing new about studio albums, unfortunately. I want also, before that, I will try to rank their albums to worst to best, and in reality they don't have a worst album. I have to say some words about a small scene of, let's let's define it as a epic or epic power or folk metal from Italy. And here I'm not speaking about metal bands from Italy in general. If yes, I have to speak about Lacuna Coil, that they play atmospheric symphonic metal, or I had to speak about Death SS, an occult heavy metal band from Italy, or I had to speak about Labyrinth, a power metal band from Italy. But in any case, here I will try to speak about epic or epic power. So, some bands that I like very much from Italy of this style. One of let's say of the first bands that play from Italy that play in this style is Adramelch, and their album Irae Melanox. Here they play something between epic metal and progressive metal. Secondly, Doomsword, they play something between epic doom, between epic metal and doom metal, and their second album, Resound the Horn. Another band, very epic metal band, Wotan, and their debut first album, Carmina Barbarica. Another epic metal band, Holy Martyr, and their album Hellenic Warrior Spirit. Yes, they're not Greeks, they're from Italy. Now, a band that play power metal with epic influences and also influences from Running Wild in their 2 first albums. If I'm not sure, they have only 3 albums in general. Drakkar, and their debut album, Quest for Glory. Another special band from Italy, also epic power with female vocals, White Skull, and their album Tales from the North. Also the singer of Gravedigger, he was a guest singer for some songs here in this album. Another band, also from Italy, Heimdall, and their album Hard as Iron. Also power metal with epic metal influences. And many people, they know to speak about Rhapsody or Rhapsody of Fire, and their first album of them, Legendary Tales. They called their music as symphonic epic power metal or Hollywood symphonic epic power metal. Yeah, okay, great album, of course. But another band that they play very common to Rhapsody of Fire, I'm speaking about The Majestic, and their album Zandark. Also very good and very close to the sound of Rhapsody of Fire. And another band that plays something between folk and power metal from Italy, Elven King, and their album Weird. Also, some members of Skyclad, they made some guest appearance in this album, if I'm not sure. But here, let's go and speak about Domine. So, Domine, they started in 1983, and the leaders of the band they are Florence Borby and Enrico Riccardo Paoli. Morby, he was also the singer of Labyrinth, of the famous power metal band, Italian band Labyrinth before, and their first drummer, Palmiotta, if I'm not sure, he played the drums in the famous occult metal band Death SS. Now, in the fifth place, I will put their last fifth album of 2007, Ancient Spirit Rising. In this album, they play power metal with epic influences, but also with progressive influences in their music. Especially in this album, they became a little bit more progressive. Let's say that one of the most famous themes of them in all their albums is Ehrlich of Michael Murrock, and here also we can find Ehrlich in every cover art of their albums. Here he is. Now, in the fourth place, their third album of 2001, Stormbringer, Ruler, the Legend of the Power Supreme. Also by the name and the artwork, cover art, you can understand that we speak about Ehrlich and the books of Murrock. In the third place, their second album of 1999, Drunken Lord, Tales of the Noble Steel. Here it is, also with Ehrlich, with his sword, a great also album. Now in the second place, their fourth album of 2004, Emperor of the Black Rose. And for me, this is the first album of Domine that I listen in general. Here also they took some themes of the great soundtrack of the Conan the Barbarian of Basil Polidouris. Great album. And last but not least, their first debut album in their first place. Let's say that in the second, third, and fourth album they played more power, epic metal. In the fifth album, power, epic metal with progressive elements. But in their first album, they played epic metal, pure, let's say, epic heavy metal. And here we're speaking about the debut album, Champion Eternal of 1997. A great album, and a great epic metal album, not only from Italy, but of the new age of epic metal. So, from Israel and from Jerusalem, stay metal and stay heavy.